Welcome in here, race fans, to the Auto Club Speedway here tonight for the Checkered Flag Auto Supply Scrambler Series, presented by Red Light Racing. Tonight, it comes down to the final race of the season. These drivers have competed all season long, from, well, the Chicagoland Speedway to Michigan, New Hampshire, Miami, Talladega, Richmond, Road America, Kentucky, the Milwaukee Mile, the Bristol Dirt Track, Worldwide Technology Raceway, Rockingham, Dover, Nashville, right here to Auto Club. The sun may not be out, but everybody is here underneath the lights here at Auto Club, dreaming of a championship. And to bring you all the racing action here tonight, my name is Roger Muth. We're back from the Pocono International Raceway, fans, and we're here tonight to crown a champion. That's right, we were at Pocono, a bunch of us this past weekend, having a great time watching some great racing, just like the racing you see here with these drivers in Red Light Racing. We talk about, though, that championship is here on the line. It comes down to just 4 drivers that have a chance to take home the championship. The driver that everybody may be keeping their eye on, it's been the whisper through the garage here this past week, was about that 86 of James Skelton. Didn't win a single race till the final race of the regular season, and then he's been on a tear ever since. Chris Hammett's also into the playoffs, and how about Jeffrey Souza? For the second time in 2 years, he has made the Final Four. And the foundation from last year, well, he's not the foundation anymore. Richard Murdoch is here with the chance to pick up the big W and the big check with the trophy at the end of this one. But after the starting lineup, we'll figure out what's going to happen here for 70 laps, because your Simbox starting lineup is going to look like this here tonight for our championship round. This is how they're going to get ready to roll here tonight. Starting on the front row, it's one of your championship 4 drivers. He drives the number 6. This is Chris Hammett. Starting back into the second spot, driving the number 42, this is Max Terriel. Back into the third spot here tonight, the Strano Brothers Racing number 43 of Joe Strano. James Skelton out of South Carolina will roll off from the 4th spot here in car number 86. That is Michael Trevarthen in car number 2, Thrift Esports BK Paints driver. And it's going to be the number 62 of Ethan Troutman rolling from position number 6, while having his best starting spot of the season, driving car number 61. This is Dalton Williamson. He'll roll from 7th. 8th here tonight on the call, it's the Dr. Pepper entry Chick-fil-A number 15 of Dustin Gainey. And back there, into the number 9th position, he's one of your championship 4, number 4 of Jeffrey Souza. Back into the 10th spot here tonight, that's going to be Zach Mitchell, Ryan O'Donnell. In the Turbo Dork Radical Paints number 98, we'll start back into the 11th spot. And Richard Murdoch, another one of those championship 4, the furthest back, he'll start 12th. 13th on the call here tonight, we'll go to Tim Combs, while Dave Bragg out of Canada. That's right, the Canada. Number 31 of Dave Bragg will start 14th. Billy Edwards in 15th. Brian Bianchi in the Cold Peppers Bakery and Cafe. Number 14 will go 16th. 17th to Joshua Buckley. 18th to Rob Higgins. Doug Neal back in action here in the Simbox Motorsports number 77. He'll go 19th. Kevin O'Brien will go back into the 20th spot. Bob Higgins in 21st. And 22nd will be Tony Strano. It is all his fault. That is your Simbox starting lineup here tonight for the championship night here at the Auto Club Speedway. You see them all coming down the back straight away right there, 2x2. We will unleash the beast underneath the hoods of these cars here. When they come out of turn number 4 this time, we will put 70 laps on the board. That will be the distance here tonight at Auto Club. It's been a wild one, race fans, but now it's time to buckle up, because tonight we will get ready to crown that champion. 22 drivers, 4 drivers in the championship. Only 1 driver can pick up the championship trophy. The iRacing.com pace car will make its way to pit road. We're ready to go here tonight. Green flag is out, and we're racing in California. At number 6 of Chris Hammett out in front here, but he's got the 86 of James Skelton to boot right there with him. As you notice on to the left-hand side of the screen, as here comes Max Terriel. Terriel will work to the bottom side here through turns number 1 and 2. And he may come out smelling like a rose on the other side of this one, but oh, here comes the outside momentum. There go door down the back straight away here. The inside lane is the place to be most of the time, especially with the 4 fresh Goodyear rubbers. You want to go the shortest distance around the speedway. Lap number 1 here tonight will be led by the number 42 of Max Terriel. We talked about that left-hand side. That's where you can see where your favorite driver is running, because that, well, is where the scoring is. Along with the drivers that are listed in red, those are your championship 4 drivers. It's a knock him out, drag him out. The driver that finished the highest, he will be the champion here tonight. As you see him down the back straightaway, first car that's side by side, that'll be the body armor number 62 of Joe Strano. He has what is the 43 of Joe Strano to the inside, so it's Strano down to the bottom. Ethan Troutman to the outside. He's got Michael Trevarthen right there also. Dustin Gainey in the mix here early. You got a slew of drivers back there. Where's the farthest running driver that's in the championship 4? You got to go back here to find the number 4 of Jeffrey Souza, the driver out of Somerset. He is back here. Getting into the 12th spot right now. He's ahead of Tim Combs, but he's not inside the top 10, while the rest of the championship 4 are currently, because they're all chasing, well, the non-championship driver. That is Max Darrell. James Skelton is the first, the highest driver in those championship 4. That's Chris Hammett sitting there in 3rd. This time by, we're complete the 3rd lap here tonight from the Auto Club Speedway Championship night here for the Checkered Flag Auto Supply Scrambler Series on Monday night. Battles are all over the place as the number 17 there of Tim Combs works down on the bottom side of the Jiffy Lube number 31. Souza back there. He's looking to lose another spot here because here comes the number 13 of Joshua Buckley. Now Buckley will roll to the inside of car number 4. That's Souza Media entry. Of course, Buckley has the Granny Hips, Walkers, and Kane sponsorship slapped all over that Checkered Flag Auto Supply number 13. But look who's right there. Also, Brian B. Yankee and the Goldpeppers number 14 right there. Higgins is back there. Ryan O'Donnell is back there. They're looking to go 3 wide. Put a little, well, get a little excited here for this dance because it's 3 wide racing with Higgins to the bottom, O'Donnell in the middle, and Tony Strano, because it's his fault, is to the outside. Looks like Ryan O'Donnell's Turbo Dork Radical Paint Entry not quite able to hold that middle groove there, went down to the bottom. He'll actually be the one that loses out. Tony Strano carries a lot of momentum off the top side of the speedway. He'll pass both of them. So Tony using the outside momentum to his advantage here. Battle here, though. Here comes that number 2 to the outside. That is going to be Michael Trevarthen. He's got Dustin Gainey down there. With his tax service number 15. Richard Murdoch right there also. These drivers with just 5 laps already into the books here tonight, starting to stretch out just a little bit. Don't say that to Richard Murdoch, though, because, boy, he's trying to find a way around right on board with our Checkered Flag Auto Supply onboard camera with Richard Murdoch, the Adventurer Pixels driver. Try to make a move here. He's running 8th. Gainey's going to open up the bottom side of the speedway. Murdoch will dive it down to the bottom. See how that corner exit momentum is going to be. Will he be able to hold that spot? Dustin Gainey starting to surge ahead just a little bit there on the outside. Just able to roll it just a little bit better there. You see now Gainey's going to go down. He's going to pack some air on the nose of that 0-1. So Dustin Gainey on the move here. Richard Murdoch, he's already picked up 4 spots, but he's not quite to the front. Still has 2 championship contenders in front of him. Dustin Gainey, though, looking for another one down the back straightaway into turn number 3. That's the number 2 of Michael Trevarthen. That is out in front of him. You see him. He's going to pack a little nose there. But Gainey, he just went down and put the left side tires onto the apron. Was able to hang on to it, but I thought for a moment the back end of that number 15 was going to come around, but he held on to it. The driver's skill there, A+. Zach Mitchell here right now riding the, well, towards the outside groove. That is the Baby Ruth Ford Mustang here tonight. Zach Mitchell usually driving a DuPont Chevrolet. He said tonight, though, he was going to go and try and make a little better luck for himself. Battle up inside the top 2, though. Here comes the Chris Hammett machine, the driver of that number 6 down on the bottom side. He's trying to get around the championship hopeful of James Skelton, the driver that, well, right now has the hot shoe, that is for sure. He's picked up 3 wins in the last 5 races. He's also got the Road Rage accessories number 43 of Joe Strano right there. Strano was thinking about it, taking a look, and decided, well, I'll just hop back in line behind these drivers right now. So the racing at the front of the field here, hot and heavy here. Not quite to 10 laps into the books now. Now here is the number 2 of Michael Trevarthen. He's to the outside of the number 62 of Ethan Troutman. Troutman of the body armor 62. down on the bottom side of the speedway. Skelton also right back to the back bumper of that Ford Mustang, that Valvoline number 6 there of Chris Hammett. Nobody parking the car in the wrong spot tonight here. Of course, we see a lot of our friends out there tuning in tonight on the Facebook side of things. Of course, Lenny, Leo from Massachusetts tuning in to watch the Red Light Racing Series. Met him up at Pocono. He's a big Red Light follower. Trying to get him onto the sim platform here to compete with some of these drivers. You know, they're all from, well, the New England area. We'll call it the New England, the Northeast here. We have some drivers sprinkled all across the country, and I talk about the country, but what about the world? This driver hailing out of Australia, he's one of the drivers that has the most starts ever with Red Light Racing. That is Kevin O'Brien in the 184. Driver out of Newcastle, the New South Wales, Australia driver. He's back here running into the 19th spot. He's already picked up one spot from where he started here tonight, so Kevin O'Brien just solidly, methodically will work his way through the field here tonight. Who is the driver that has picked up the most spots, though, here tonight? That has to go to, well, this driver right here, and he's locked in a battle for a couple more spots. The Peterborough, Ontario, Canada driver. This is Dave Bragg. Dave carrying the banner tonight as well. His good old buddy, you don't notice a 38 out there in the timing and scoring. That is because Brandon Feeney, unfortunately, is not here. He's out there watching us tonight. I do see he's out there commenting on our YouTube side of things. Well, his computer, unfortunately, gave it up. It's like racing on a Saturday night and your motor going out. That's exactly what happened to Brandon Feeney. I think the reason is Dave told me it's put... We won't go there. We'll leave it go. We do miss Brandon Feeney out here. Feeney, we hope you can get a computer and get back out onto the rig, or onto the racetrack here with a new rig. These drivers miss you. They were talking about you in practice. They're still doubled up here. A bunch of these drivers right here from about the 8th spot back. There you see Richard Murdoch. He just got around the number 61 of Dalton Williamson. And then after that, it's Bragg. And now, as I talk about them still being doubled up here tonight, they all go back in. One driver going to swing it way down to the inside there. That's going to be the Turbo Torque Radical Paints, number 98 of Ryan O'Donnell. He's swung it out to the bottom there. That was the Granny Hips Walkers and Haynes, number 13 of Buckley, that he was trying to get around. Of course, Ryan O'Donnell running those Turbo Torque Radical Paints colors all season long. Tonight he's got that Hot Line bling with a little bit of metallic in it. And he just loves when that Hot Line blings. I'm just kidding. He didn't tell me to say that part. But hey, it's a good-looking car there for the Turbo Torque Radical Paints driver out of Canton, Michigan. Missing the playoffs here to transfer in by 1 point. And he was on the outside looking in. But still can come out here and pick up some trophies. One driver was sideways on the back straightaway. That was the number 31 of Dave Bragg. We talked about him, the Jiffy Lube entry here, trying to carry the banner tonight. He's back there running into the 11th spot as Murdoch getting passed back by that number 61. So Dalton Williamson working the outside, trying to rip it just a little bit. More of a short track driver, but does come out here on a Monday night and play with the boys. See Tim Combs trying to work the outside to his advantage also in the number 17 car. It's the Altel wireless entry forward here tonight. Of course, Tim Combs, a golfer over there in Ohio, and we talk about it numerous times throughout the year that he's a better golfer than he is a racer, but hey, he's inside the top 10 right now, and he's looking to take down one of the final 4 drivers that's down to his inside. Dalton Williamson also trying to pick up a spot there from the Troutman entry. These guys are still bobbing and weaving back here. That's the 24 of Zach Mitchell in the Baby Ruth entry, and Ryan O'Donnell, and there's the 14 of Brian Bianchi. All those drivers, they're just swaying back and forth off each other's bumpers here tonight. They're able to hang on to them, but those bumps, those pushes are going to get harder as the night goes on. Zach Mitchell's look down the back right away. He had to lift a little bit. Didn't quite know which driver in front of him was going to go where. Lifted a little bit. Now he gets back into the tunnel, trying to wrap the bottom side of the speedway. Won't be able to find a hole to go, so he'll just fall back in line for the time being. Everybody now single file, except for these two back here. There's the sim box, number 77 of Doug Neal, the driver out of Georgia. Doug Neal, of course, running the company colors on his number 77 here tonight. Doug Neal, the owner-operator of Simbox. Race fans, if you're in the market for a Simbox, look no further, because Simbox has you covered for all your iRacing button box needs. Of course, Simbox was our starting lineup sponsor this season. We thank Doug and the Simbox family for coming on board and staying with the Checkered Flag Auto Supply Scrambler Series for Red Light Racing here on Monday night. Doug back running into the 20th spot here tonight, making a rare start, and he just happens to find it here tonight on Championship Night. Out front, though, that is going to be the number 42, Max Terrell. He has led them all. That's the lead that he has there, looking back on the Chris Hammett entry. Michael Trevarthen stepping out of the line. He's going to try and take that 5th spot away from Dustin Gainey. He drives it down onto the bottom side. Here comes the 61. The 61 had to lift out of it. Dalton Williamson had to lift. You saw the fireball out the right-hand side. Dustin Gainey will hold on to the spot for the time being. Skelton under attack now. Here comes Joe Strano. Strano with the Road Rage Accessories 43. Drove it down to the bottom. Had a great run going into the corner. You saw it in the middle of the corner lose a little bit of that momentum. And can he get it done? Chris Hammett loves to look in the mirror and see those drivers all battling back behind him. He does not have to win the race. He just has to be the best of the 4. Right now, here coming to complete lap number 18. That's exactly what he is. Race leader coming to pit road, though. Here comes the 42 of Max Terriel. So Terriel would be the first one coming to pit road. What does that mean for everybody else? Couple drivers, 2 drivers to be exact, are down on pit road. That'll be Max Terriel and Richard Murdoch. So as everybody's trying to get ready for pit stops, you just saw it down the back straightaway. They were just about 3 wide racing for that 3rd, 4th, 5th spot. Everybody's trying to get to the promised lands because they know the pit cycle is coming here. Joe Strano looks like he's going to be diving to pit road. He will. He'll bring down the number 17, the 14 also in tow. Here comes the 40 of Higgins also. So pit road is starting to become a very busy place here. This is the battle for the race lead right now. Dustin Gainey getting around the 86 of Skelton. And Skelton looks like he's trying to maybe save a little fuel. Maybe he just burned the tires off that Toyota. So 20 laps in, pit road cycle. The green flag pit stops is starting to go through. Nobody getting popped with any pit road issues here. Couple more drivers coming down. Philly Edwards coming to pit road. Kevin O'Brien also will make their way to pit road. So some of these drivers are trying to short pit this just a little bit. And some of these drivers, well, they are trying to hold on as long as they can. There you see the 2 of Trevarthen still to the inside here on the 86. Not able to get it done. Dalton Williamson really having a good run here. We're going to have to wait to see where he cycles back through on pit stops. Short track drivers not usually used to making pit stops, and we'll see how he does with that here. Looks like your race leader will be coming in. Dustin Gainey to pit road this time by. So Gainey will pit from the lead on lap number 21. Led 3 laps under the green flag conditions before he decided to bring his car to pit road. So now we'll see where Gainey is able to come back out. So that turns things over to the 86 of James Skelton. He is now your new race leader. Did lead that time by at the line, but him and Trevarthen going back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. I'm surprised how big this pack still is right here. These drivers have not spread out all that much here tonight at Auto Club. Skelton going to slide up in front. It's going to check the number 2 of Michael Trevarthen up. A couple drivers coming to pit road. Ryan O'Donnell in the Turbo Door Radical Paints entry. Granny Hips Walkers and Canes. Buckley got to hang on to her. He hangs on to her. Stays out of the number 24 of Zach Mitchell. He comes in too, along with Troutman. There's Doug Neal coming down pit road. Dave Bragg is also hot to try. Look at this battle. This is still the battle for the race lead. Along with the lap car, that was Joe Strano. He just unlapped himself. Along with the 17 of Tim Combs. They went a lap down under the pit cycle. One driver with a very long stop. That was the 73 of Philly Edwards. Now here comes everybody to pit road. Everybody but James Skelton coming to pit road here. So that leaves one driver who has yet to come to pit road. Who is he? Well, there he is, the 86 of James Skelton. Looks like tonight trying to play a little bit of strategy. We're not used to seeing the 86 of Skelton be the last driver to pit road. He's usually one of the first drivers to head down pit road, but tonight looks like he's trying to make it as many laps as he can. Looks like if he can make this lap, he can pit here on lap number 25. He can pit on lap 50, and then he shouldn't have to pit the rest of the way. These guys that pitted on 20, they're all going to have to make at least 2 more pit stops here from this point on. James Skelton, who also is bringing that number 31 of Dave Bragg down. Looks like this is the second time Dave Bragg has had to come to pit road, so Bragg, unfortunately, having to make 2 pit stops here. We'll see what the penalty is for the number 31 of Dave Bragg, but James Skelton coming down pit road here very slow. He'll find his box, but this will turn the lead over to the man that's going to have a lead the size of Texas right now, and that is going to be Max Terriel. Terriel back to the point here after the green flag pit cycle has gone through. You're seeing the drivers in red. They're going to start to mix it up because now Murdoch, who's running back into about the 7th position when he made his pit stall, he is now back here running into the 2nd spot. There you see the driver of that 01, the Adventure in Pixel 01. He put on 2 tires and said, I'm going to get out there and eat some laps up. Murdoch right now has about a little less than 3 seconds over the 3rd place runner. One of his drivers that he's battling with for the championship, that'd be the number 6 of Chris Hammett. Hammett took on 4 tires under that green flag pit cycle. He's back there running into 3rd currently. So Hammett right now running 3rd. He's 2nd overall in your championship drivers. Dustin Gainey, well, he is back here running into the 4th spot. A blistering pit time for him. I believe that was a 2-tire stop also for the number 15 of Dustin Gainey, because he only spent 11.3 seconds on pit road here tonight. Joe Strano right now is running back there into the 5th spot. He is the driver that is leading the way for the Strano Brothers Racing Stable. Joe Strano, of course, did make the playoffs this season. Unfortunately, got left out of the Final 4. So now he's battling for, well, seeing where he can just fall into points at the end of the season here tonight. Maybe pick up a trophy here at the Auto Club Speedway. Those are your top 5. 6 is back there. That's Tim Combs. These drivers, we talked about how they weren't spread out. Now they're getting spread out. There's Tim Combs running into the 6th spot. Brian Bianchi's under attack. And, oh boy, Bianchi and Mitchell may almost make a little contact there. That'll send the Culpeppers Bakery and Cafe up the speedway just a little bit. So now Zach Mitchell takes that spot. That'll put Bianchi and Troutman into a battle. Troutman working the bottom side of the speedway. Just behind this battle, though, is the 86. That battle now looks to be over as Bianchi drops the spot. That's James Skelton. Remember, he stayed out the longest. Where did he cycle back through to? 10th. That's 10th position, almost 14 seconds back from the race leader of Max Terriel. Terriel came down on lap 18. James Skelton came down on lap number 24. Souza right now is the lowest driver in the championship standings. He's back there running into the 16th spot. And that is way down the pecking order. Souza's back here. He did not have a good practice session. He was actually one of the lowest cars on the board. I believe he was about 19th out of 22 drivers. which puts him a little bit behind the 8 ball. And then qualifying, well, qualifying went all right. He qualified just inside the top 10, starting 9th. But now, after that pit cycle, I don't see anything wrong. Maybe 1 second slower in his pit box, but it certainly puts him way, way, way back here. Mitchell still locked in the battle here with that number 62 of Ethan Troutman. See some damage on that Baby Ruth number 24. That right rear for Zach Mitchell is poked out. James Skelton, remember, he stayed out. Let's take a ride with him. See if we can ride with the 86 of James Skelton here for a lap or two. Let's see how the track is racing. There you saw what it sounded like, what it looked like. We told you, race fans, that James Skelton was going to be trying to save a little bit of fuel here tonight. That's exactly what he is trying to do. But while we stepped away, somebody stepped in the booth here tonight. And, well, out with a little bit of an injury here tonight, though, to help me call the rest of this race. How about it, Tim Blum? Welcome to the booth. This one's going to get exciting. What a way to enter.
Hey, everyone. Thanks for having me in the booth here. Yeah, I had a little wreck in qualifying, if that sounds familiar. Got a bump on my head, so I shouldn't be out here. I should be up in the booth.
Well, yeah, same thing happened at Pocono this past week as Kurt Busch, unfortunately, backed it into the wall in qualifying, and they had to bring out the youngster for the Joe Gibbs Racing Stables. It was Ty Gibbs, so it does sound a little bit familiar, but tonight's strategy here is working out in favor if you are, well, maybe a Richard Murdoch fan. Oh, caution lights are on to the speedway. Caution lights are on, and this one here as we close in on the halfway point is going to involve a couple drivers that were all running right around to the 10th position as the 61 of Dalton Williamson has spun it around the number 2 of Michael Trevarthen, and Brian Bianchi looks like he is also one of the drivers that is involved. Cole Pepper's Bakery, number 14, having to take the tow to pit road. He's not even going to be able to drive it back, so the first caution flag is on the speedway. Let's take a look back here quick and see what happened to the number 14 of Brian Bianchi on lap number 33 to bring out the caution flag. As you see behind him, the number 2, Michael Trevarthen. Unfortunately, maybe the 14 slides up the speedway a little bit. Oh, Dalton Williamson had nowhere to go. He just missed it. And then he went for the slide down to the infield, and he is actually going to be able to hang on to it. Contact, though, between the 14 and the 2 is where this all started. Well, let's take a look here. Let's ride on board with Brian Bianchi and find out.
Yeah, it looks like Michael was catching Brian lap after lap, and I guess they were just fighting for the same piece of real estate. I know for Michael, you can the car rotates a little bit, points to the left, and might have just misjudged it, and it was not friendly to either driver there. Hard hit.
So those drivers are going to have to get evaluated, and we'll see if they can return here and see as we have pit cycles right now underway under our caution flag. Everybody back down pit roads. We're going to see how that plays out for the 86 to James Skelton. Remember, he was trying to make it on one more stop. That might kind of ruin his plans here tonight, because now he's buried back in to the deep in the field. As everybody comes down, one driver stays out. That's going to be Kevin O'Brien. He'll cycle through as the race leader. I think he'll probably pit next time by, but 4 tires for a lot of these drivers. Race off pit road. Here they come, as it will be. Max Terriot will win the battle off of pit road, as I don't believe it'll be Ryan O'Donnell, Chris Hammett, Richard Murdoch, Joe Strano, Jeffrey Souza, Dustin Gainey, Tim Combs, Ethan Troutman, and James Skelton will come out the 10th driver out of pit road. So we'll see what happens with Kevin O'Brien if he does come to pit road here. But, you know, Tim, you've been following along with the strategy. That strategy that the 86 of Skelton was trying to do, he was trying to make it on lap 25. He pitted on lap 25, and it looked like he was going to come down right around lap 50 and run that tank of fuel all the way to the end. What does that do here now? Because we didn't get to lap 50 for his pit cycle.
Well, it puts him back on an even playing field. He's lost track position. He will have to get aggressive to get back up here. I think, though, it suits him. He can. James is really good at moving through the field and showing off his speed. I don't think his strong suit is saving fuel, so I think he's actually back in a better position now. I'm also watching the 98 there took 2 tires, so up in the front row with a little different strategy there for him.
So Ryan O'Donnell rolling a little strategy here. We saw Richard Murdoch play those 2 tires. And, well, Murdoch had a couple more laps when he did it on his tires than Ryan O'Donnell did, because Ryan pitted right around, I believe it was lap number 23, if I am correct on that. So he only had about 8 laps of hard racing on his tires, but it does look like Kevin O'Brien pitted on lap number 20. He will not come to pit road, so he will be our leader here as we get ready to come back green flag racing. When we do go back green flag racing here on Auto Club, we will have exactly 36 laps completed here tonight out of the 70. Almost said 170. We would have been here for the marathon night tonight. So halfway this time by when we do take the green flag. We'll see how those tires do hold up for the 184s. It looks like actually they have called, or maybe not. Maybe he's faking me out there, Tim. I thought he was going to go to the back.
Yeah, that's the old backstretch fake out there. That's good.
Yeah, you got me. You got me. Fully got me. Kevin O'Brien, Hot Wheels, leads the way just like you do on this restart. So it'll be O'Brien to the inside with Max Terriot to the outside of row number 1. Inside row number 2 will be the number 90 and Ryan O'Donnell. He's got those 2 tires on that Turbo Door Radical Paint Entry. And then it's the family number 6 of Chris Hammett to the outside. iRacing.com pace car will make the bank to the left, so he'll go to pit road. He is off the racetrack. We'll go racing here. Shootout time as it's halfway home in this one as the green flag is out. We come back up to speed here at Auto Club. Everybody has to be mindful of that front row. 2 tires on the second row, no tires on the front row. So we're seeing Max Terriot if he can sail it around the outside here into turn number 1. It's exactly what he's going to do. He will be clear by the time they hit turn number 1. And look at them as they're stacked up now. Kevin O'Brien on the bottom side of the speedway there with Ryan O'Donnell. They just can't go anywhere. There'll be 3 wide racing down the back straightaway into turn number 3 they go. Ryan O'Donnell will get around that 184 of Kevin O'Brien. Now here comes Murdoch. Murdoch's going to try to shoot the gap. He gets a little tight there. Now James Skelton going to go bottom side of the top shelf. That number 86 just took off and sailed up the banking. He got the air packed on the nose of that Toyota Supra, and that Flowertown Animal Hospital entry was praying. Oh boy, front tires. Oh, contact. Kevin O'Brien and Tim Combs. That could have been bad, Tim, because there was the 86 of Skelton right there in the mix.
That was excellent driving by everybody. James out of 4. It was a hard spot to be in, and now Kevin in the 17 there. They're still duking it out going into 3.
Kevin going to go to the outside there. He's going to slide across the nose of the number 40 of Rob Higgins. Kevin O'Brien still going to be 3 wide here, and that 3 wide will continue as the cars go down to the inside of that 184. Remember, last time Kevin O'Brien came down to pit road, that was on lap number 20, so the tire's not very fresh on the Australians' car currently. So with Kevin falling through the field, if you look back at the front here, that's going to be Max Terriot out front. He's got Chris Hammett right there in second. Joe Strano sitting there third, and he's got hot on the heels of him. He's got another one of those bow tie drivers back there. That'll be Dustin Gainey. And look where Jeffrey Souza came from. when we were just under that last green flag run, he was back into the 14th position, not having a good night for that driver.
Yeah, that caution there really reset everybody. It's a brand new race. Max is out front, but there's also the championship race right behind him.
So with Souza now running in 5th, and put Troutman in 6th for the time being because he's got Ryan O'Donnell. Remember, Ryan just stuck 2 tires on his Turbo Dork Hotline Bling paint colored car tonight. And, well, he's tried to play that strategy. Unfortunately, got stuck behind Kevin O'Brien on the restart. Those older tires didn't go anywhere, so he could not pay dividends really on those 2 tires that he has. So now he's got, well, James Skelton looking to the inside, not going to be able to do anything with that. He's got Troutman now. Troutman's going to go down. He's going to hit the apron, trying to hang on to it because he's got Murdoch. Murdoch, another one of those championship drivers. So right now we have your 4 championship drivers with under halfway to go inside the top 10. And, well, we'll see how that battle continues on between the championship, just like we're looking at this battle back here, right into the 12th spot right now. That's going to be the number 13 of Joshua Buckley passing up Tim Combs. Combs now in that Altel wireless entry having some problems, and we see Tony Strano back to the outside. He has been to the outside multiple times here tonight. We have seen him make some passes that are a little bit higher than a lot of these drivers have been willing to go here tonight. He is now going to take 2 spots this time by because he passes up Combs, and he's going to pass up Joshua Buckley. Also, it looks like possibly Buckley fighting back to the inside here as they exit turn number 4. We'll see at the line if it's Buckley, as it was. Josh Buckley holding the spot at the line, but Tony Strano is right there.
Yeah, Strano's really working that 4th lane there. You don't see a lot of guys going up there, but he's trying to make it work. Should have a good run out here down the backstretch on Josh. Oh, he's getting put up high 3 wide.
Yeah, so he'll be stuck 3 wide once again to the outside because here comes Dalton Williamson, the short track racer. He'll go through the middle side. Of course, Dalton was having himself a really good run there in the first half of this race, and now all of a sudden finds himself back here after he went for a little bit of a slide with that caution flag that was out in front of him. Championship battle, though, up front is starting to really heat up. Well, you know why? Chris Hammett, well, he may have the 2nd spot overall here tonight, but he's number 1 in the championship standings. And Souza now finds himself just sitting back there 2 spots behind him, back there into the 5th spot, well, 3 spots behind him. And then there's Skelton and Murdoch. They're kind of just lined up here running around the speedway, all your championship drivers currently, because now here goes James Skelton. He'll dive it down to the inside in turn number 3. Looks like Souza's going to give him the spot. He'll just funnel right back into line. He'll separate the 2 South Carolina drivers currently here onto the speedway. So now Skelton's running in 5th. It'll be Souza back there running in 6th, and Murdoch running into what is the 7th position. Battle just behind them, though, as Ryan O'Donnell going to get passed up by Zach Mitchell. Zach Mitchell will take another bite of his Baby Ruth, and he'll sail around the outside. And Tim, you're one of those drivers that follow those old school paint jobs a lot. That number 24 with a Baby Ruth on the side just does not look right.
Yeah, it is weird. It should be number 1, but I think that number's already accounted for.
Yeah, Murdoch won't allow anybody to drive that number 1 here. But man, used to seeing Jeff Gordon, when you think about it, of course, he was slated to drive that number 1 Baby Ruth Ford, and then it was switched over to a Chevrolet as that contract just didn't work out. And then, of course, everybody knows what happened to Jeff Gordon. He went on to have a great career with Hendrick Motorsports, driving that DuPont Chevrolet. A lot of people don't recall that Baby Ruth entry, but we do. And, of course, Zach Mitchell, being a Jeff Gordon fan, he does remember the glory days of NASCAR. And, of course, Gordon coming up through in his career. The one driver that would like to have a glory day today would be Jeffrey Souza. He's under attack once again because here comes Richard Murdoch. And Murdoch will dive it to the inside here in turn number 3. We'll see if he can clear the Souza median number 4. As I don't think he'll quite be able to clear himself off turn 4, so Souza will have the chance here to battle back down the front straightaway, see if he can keep the momentum wound up in that Ford Performance entry. It won't happen at the line, but there goes side by side back into the corner. So Murdoch using the inside lane here to his advantage as he will clear. Now Souza not putting up that much of a battle. Tim, you're a driver. You've been behind the wheel. You've been here. Is it just better to not battle those drivers to the outside here at Auto Club that much when you're trying to save the tires? Does it just tear them up that much?
Yeah, you really have to pick your battles here. As you see the 15s making a move on for third, going to slide up a little bit. But yeah, it takes about a lap to get a solid pass done. So you really have to choose if you have a good enough run to go for it. Another thing we have to start thinking about is that pit window is going to open here soon. There's a couple ways drivers can play this, and it might determine the championship.
25 laps is the farthest we've seen a driver stretch it on fuel here tonight. So I guess you can say if you've been saving fuel, the window is now open. There's the driver that did save the most fuel, and that's James Skelton. He'll go 3 wide to the inside here on the Road Rage Accessories, number 43 of Joe Strano. So Skelton, who was at the front of the field here tonight when he decided to make his late race, at the pit strategy, he's now worked his way back up here inside the top 5, and he had third momentarily, was just not able to put the power down underneath the number 15 of Gainey. So now he'll try to go to the outside. Gainey going to throw a block down into turn number 1. So Gainey trying to protect his spot. He's having a great run. Didn't get to run the full season here this season for Dustin Gainey, but was able to actually pick up a win way back when. I believe we were at, was it Talladega? It was Talladega. He's a Talladega Super Speedway expert because he won a couple seasons ago in the 1987 Winston Cup machines. This season, of course, the Xfinity car was at Talladega, and he was able to pick up his second career win with Red Light Racing. So this driver having a good run here tonight, and it's not at Talladega, so that is really good to see for the 15 of Gainey. Looking through, everybody has gone single file except for Tony Strano and Doug Neal. They're back here, these two Chevrolets battling for the 16th and 17th position. There you see the sim box number 77 get around. Here comes Bob Higgins. He's going to try and push Tony Strano. Don't do that, Bob. It might be Tony's fault if you do something. Who am I kidding? Tim, it's always Tony's fault.
It always is, and looks like we have a race here up for third now. James on the outside of Dustin.
As the race for third is on, Souza's to pit road. He'll be the first one of your championship 4 to come down to pit road. And not going to work, though, for James Skelton. Now he's going to try and crossover move, though, down here out of the corner. Can he get it done? He'll get to the inside. He's got a lot of momentum on the bottom side of the speedway here. He's trying to go get Chris Hammett. Hammett's out there. Skelton has the splitter down into 3 ahead of the number 15 of Dustin Gainey. Gainey going to swing it way high and wide. See if the momentum builds up for the Mickey's Tax Service entry. It's not going to be good enough. Oh, he'll scrape the wall. The 15 of Gainey into the wall out of turn number 4. Almost into the door there of Richard Murdoch, but he was able to keep it out. Oh, boy. That got close. Now you got championship drivers with 20 laps to go, running second, third, and fourth. Right now with Souza down and away from his pit stall. He will take 2 tires. So a 2-tire stop for the Souza Media number 4 of Jeffrey Souza. So we'll see if those 2 tires can hang on for 20 laps. He will cycle through probably ahead of the rest of the championship drivers, but how far can he dig on those 2 tires to get away? As I believe, I thought I saw the 6 signaling to come to pit road, but he is not, so he will stay out here. It looks like all the championship drivers will. First driver to come to pit road, that will be the 62 of Ethan Troutman. He'll pit from the 10th position, so the body armor number 62 Ford Mustang to pit road here with just 19 laps to go here at Auto Club. And Tim, do you want to pit early, or would you rather try to wait it out and hold off as long as you can?
Well, I like what Souza did there. He has to do something different, so he's kind of made his bed as far as strategy goes, and it might work. But everybody up here, at least for the championship guys, I think they're just waiting for the first domino to fall, and they will follow suit. We'll see here soon.
So Max Herriot still out front, though, but he is being matched lap time for lap time as here comes some of your championship drivers. Here comes that 0-1 of Murdoch. Murdoch's, though, he's being raced to pit road. That was the 24 of Zach Mitchell. Mitchell came in hot and heavy with the Baby Ruth entry. I heard he's out of Baby Ruth in the car, so maybe they'll give him another box of those. So it'll be Murdoch, Mitchell, Combs, and Neal coming to pit road here with just 18 laps to go. We'll see if it'll be a 4-tire stop or a 2-tire stop for Richard Murdoch. We've already seen him go with a 2-tire stop tonight here, so we'll see as we work down the back straightaway. Your race leader still has yet to come to pit road. Last time by, Chris Hammett was actually the fastest car on the speedway. Then it was James Skelton and Max Terrell. Here comes Chris Hammett. He'll come to pit road. Is he going to bring? Nope, James Skelton will stay out here. So here comes Chris Hammett down pit road. James Skelton will be the last driver of your championship 4 to come to pit road. Everybody else, Ryan O'Donnell, Joe Strano, Joshua Buckley, all coming to pit road here as Max continues to stay out. There's the driver in second of James Skelton. Looks like Murdoch going to put on 2 tires on his number 01 entry as he's back out onto the speedway. He puts on 2 tires. We'll see if he can eat into that lead now that Jeffrey Souza has over him. That's the battle currently for the championship between those 2 drivers, and wait to see where Chris Hammett cycles back out through because he's down on pit road. Looks like down and away. It looks like a 2-tire stop for the number 6 of Chris Hammett also. So 2-tire stops being seen here up and down pit road. It seems that's pretty much what everybody's doing.
Yeah, James Skelton's on pit road now. Last pit stop of the season. Let's see how he does.
James has been flawless on pit road this season. Had 1 penalty, but that was just trying to avoid a wreck, which he had done and had to go to pit road. He'll angle his car perfectly for his crew. They're coming around. They're jacked the right side up on that Toyota. So 2 tires going on, 2 tires going on. Here comes Chris Hammett out of 4. Here comes Richard Murdoch. 2 tires on the right side for the 86. They drop the jack. He is down and away with 16 laps to go.
And there goes Souza to the lead with his off strategy there. So let's see how long he can hold it. Really interesting race unfolding.
Souza does have the top spot. Now Max Terrell will come to pit road. Oh, big bobble on the access road there for James Skelton. He was trying to get all he could. The Flowertown Animal Hospital number 86 jumped sideways on him. He had to crack the throttle. That will allow Richard Murdoch also to go ahead and get past him. That is for the time being. Take a look who is at the front of the field with 15 laps to go as your race leader just came to pit road. Well, how about this? It's 2 of the Checkered Flag Auto Supply entries. It's a Chevrolet of Rob Higgins leading the Ford of Bob Higgins. So both Higgins are up front. We see it does look like Rob will come to pit road, and it looks like Bob is going to come in tow. So, well, good to see Rob and Bob both at the front of the field here tonight at Auto Club. But this is now going to show us what the field is going to look like when they come back around. That'll say 14 laps to go at the line. And it will be the number 4 of Souza who will take over the top spot here with pit strategy. So 14 laps to go. As soon as they come back around here and cross the line, you're going to see this scoring loop hit, and everybody's going to start to cycle through to where they will be running. There you see it. Souza to 1. Hammett back in 2nd. Murdoch to 3rd. Mitchell is 4th. And Skelton, who was the top pick of the night, he is back there running into the 5th spot. 14 laps to go. That deficit 2.1 seconds for Souza over Chris Hammett. And remember, Hammett was running some of the fastest lap times of the evening, but now he's back there running in 2nd. And Max Terrell, who was the race leader when he came to pit road, he's back there running, let me take a look. It looks like he took 2 tires, so a 2-tire stop for the 42. Just a little bit slower on the exit of pit road, and that's going to put him back here into that 6th spot. So he stayed out the longest, and that maybe have hurt him just a little bit. Still 13 laps to go here at the Auto Club Speedway. Championship night here for the Checkered Flag Auto Supply Scrambler Series for Red Light Racing. And it looks like Zach Mitchell, he's just going to go up the track. He's going to let the 86 of Skelton go right on by. So your championship 4 drivers are running 1, 2, 3, and 4 with 13 laps to go. This one is going to get good.
It sure is, and Chris Hammett's chipping off about 2 to 3 tenths a lap on Jeffrey Souza, so he will be there, I think, before we get to the end of this thing.
Let's take a look at our lap times this time by at the line. Souza clocks it in with a 42.1 last time by. Chris Hammett goes with a 41.8, so yeah, that number 6 is definitely coming. He was not the fastest of the championship 4, though. That fastest car is James Skelton currently here. But Skelton is back there running into the 4th spot. He would have to get by Murdoch and then have a shot there at Chris Hammett. And, well, then you still got Jeffrey Souza. Souza right now is hopefully, I mean, you got to run as hard as you can at the front of this field. But Souza just has not had the pace on the long run.
Well, it's not about pace anymore. It's about making that number 4 as wide as he can because it's coming. It's going to be here in a few laps, and the championship's on the line.
There you see Souza entering the corner. Let's see if we can pull it. There we go. We got a checkered flag almost fly onboard camera with car number 4. There's that first car you see. That is Chris Hammett. Then you see Richard Murdoch, James Skelton back there. Those drivers, they're coming. They're coming in a hurry. They did pit a couple laps after. It was lap 49 for Jeffrey Souza when he came to pit road. Then it was going to be lap 53 for Chris Hammett, 52 for Murdoch, and 54 for Skelton. And Skelton is now all over the back end of that Adventure in Pixel 01 entry, and he's going to try and turn that Supra underneath Murdoch out of turn number 4. And they'll go door to door. It'll be the double high fives at the flag stand this time. It'll be 10 laps to go and under a second deficit for the race lead. Chris Hammett's coming as James Skelton will take away that third spot from Richard Murdoch.
It's also interesting to see how Max plays this. He's been up front all night, and he's not in the championship race. And he's big on etiquette and respect, so I think he's going to give these guys room. But I don't know. He's getting a little run here, and if you got a good enough one, you can take it.
I was going to say, I don't think you're going to see Max really make any bold moves unless he has a huge run like that. Murdoch may have wore those Goodyear Eagles to the core, and the battle for the race lead is on. Souza, do not look in the mirror because Chris Hammett, with 9 laps to go, is there. Souza's got to make the car big, like you said, but Chris Hammett's got to try and take it right here because you do not want to let the 86 come to play as Chris Hammett goes down to the inside, and it looks like he will have to see if he can just roll the bottom here. Don't want to make any contact, don't want to make any mistakes, but you want to get this pass done as fast as you can. And, well, let's see. Doesn't look like he's quite going to clear just yet. Now at the line, he has the chance to pop up in front of that number 4, but he's just going to elect to hold the bottom side of the speedway. So Chris Hammett to the point, but here comes James Skelton. He is coming in a hurry, and he's going to try and get some momentum off the corner. He'll drift it high, dive it down low, try and get the push from Max Terrill. Max, though, I think he wants to win this race.
Yeah, it's an interesting mix here. I know James wants to get by the 4 as quick as he can here. He's making the move now.
And he'll dive it in real far into the corner as Hammett's going to try and pack some air on the nose of the 86 off the exit. You see the 86 wash up the speedway. There was room. The 4 was just a little bit, about a half a car length back. It'll be at the line with 7 laps to go. It's Chris Hammett, James Skelton, Max Terrill, Jeffrey Souza, Richard Murdoch, your top 5. So with 7 laps to go, this race is going to get good. Here comes Max. Max says, your championship? Ha, I want the trophy. So Max rolls the bottom side of the speedway, and he's been the fastest car all evening long. Now, if you're Chris Hammett, you just have to hold the bottom. Max seems to be faster than the 86. Try to put a car maybe between the both of you and run away with this one. Hold the bottom. Here comes Max. Max is sailing into the corner. Skelton will give him the spot now. He goes back in line. Maybe if Max can get underneath the number 6 here, then James Skelton can sneak underneath Chris Hammett. Hammett's going to hold the bottom here maybe one more time into the corner. Everybody trying to battle for the race win. Right to the back bumper of that number 6 goes the 42. Max is there. You see everybody had to lift out of the throttle. Looks like they maybe just a little bit faster right now here at this point. Here comes Max. He'll storm it down to the inside, down the back straightaway. Skelton, the door's going to be open in 3. Will he be able to take it? We're about to find out here as they enter turn number 3. Hammett going to go to the outside. Looks like James wasn't quite there. The 6 can come down and pack the air on the nose of that 86. Maybe get that 86 a little tight. Doesn't quite get all the way down, but he will hold the second spot. So this time with 5 laps to go at the line, flagmen will lean over, show him 5 fingers in the air. 5 more circuits around the Auto Club Speedway. New race leader, Max Terrill to the point. Chris Hammett holding the top spot in the championship standings.
I think we could say Max just knitted his way through the championship 4 there.
Tiptoed through the tulips and didn't disturb them one little bit. But hey, sometimes you got to do what you got to do. And Max, for the first time in a long time, not in the championship 4, but just wants to pick up some more wins. He is second overall in overall wins in the Red Light Racing Series. So would like to take another one. If you can't take the crown here tonight back home to Canada, would like to take it, well, at least a trophy or something along home to show he was here. 4 to go, and it's going to be Max about a half a car length. Called 2 car lengths actually now at this point over that number 6, and then it looks like Skelton has started to cool off. Maybe possibly ran it too hard to try and get there, and well, we'll see. 4 laps, 3 to be 3.5 as they work out of turn number 2. Murdoch is still back here running into the 4 spot. Souza is sitting in 5th, so all your championship drivers still inside the top 5 here tonight. But it's coming down to crunch time. It'll be 3 to go at the line. Max Terriot still the race leader.
And I believe James did pit. He was the last one to pit, so he does have a few laps fresher. That may have been equalized on the tires by now, but you have to think he's just trying to set up a few more good corners to make one last charge at Chris.
When you look at James's last couple of races, he finished 2nd at Nashville last week, 1 at Dover, 1 at Rockingham, went to Gateway, finished 3rd, finished 1st at Bristol in the doubleheader over there, was 2nd back at Milwaukee, was 3rd at Kentucky, was 4th at Road America, was 3rd back at Richmond, and, well, a terrible finish at Talladega, got wrapped up in a wreck in 21st, 7th at Homestead, 29th at New Hampshire, 3rd and 2nd at Michigan and Chicagoland. So, I mean, he's had some really good runs this year, but that's what comes down to the playoffs. You know, your points kind of get washed away. If this was just a straight points series, James would have this one pretty much in the bag here tonight. It would have been him and Max that it really came down to. But when you throw those playoffs in there, it's a wild card. And now with 2 laps to go as they work down the back straightaway, Max has started to really open up the gap. A 2.5 now over Chris Hammett, who still has a car length, 2 car lengths down the back straightaway over James Skelton.
Yeah, that's the great thing about red light racing is iRacing doesn't offer you playoff opportunities. So now you get to see what it feels like to be in the playoffs, love it or not. It's down to James and Chris on this final lap.
White lap here in championship night brought to us by our friends over at Culpepper's Bakery and Cafe. It is 1 lap to go here tonight. Max Terriot out front here. Chris Hammett in 2nd and leading the way for the championship 4 to be the final time out of turn number 2 for these drivers. Right on board down the back straightaway here. You are on board with your 2nd place driver. The battle for the championship. Chris Hammett is out front here as he enters turn number 3 for the final time. Skelton's really going to throw it down to the bottom side of the speedway, try to get that Animaltown Hospital entry to float. He will not. It will be out of turn number 4, picking up the win here tonight. It'll be Max Terriot going to victory lane as your winner, but it'll be Chris Hammett picking up a championship here tonight at the Auto Club Speedway. So it'll be Terriot finishing 1st in the race, Hammett finishing 1st overall in the championship standings. Then it'll be James Skelton, Richard Murdoch, Jeffrey Souza rounding out the top 5 here tonight. Zach Mitchell, Dalton Williamson, Ryan O'Donnell, Troutman, and then Gainey rallying back for a 10th place finish. Combs, Buckley, Joe Strano, then Tony Strano there in 14th, and Rob Higgins finishing in the 15th position. But it all came down to the final little bit of this race to find out the champion, and there it is. Your season 13 champion, Chris Hammett, will come over here to the start-finish line, and he'll probably do some celebrating for you. His first career Red Light Scrambler Series championship, as he's getting some bumps from his other competitors out there. They know how much it means to him, as he has wanted this one. He came into the series in our short track series program, and he decided he wanted to go to the big tracks and race, and now he's here celebrating as your champion here. So he is going to burn them down. We'll be back here from the Auto Club Speedway with your top podium finishers and your championship driver.
the most realistic online racing sim ever made. This is iRacing. Detailed laser scan tracks, fully dynamic real world cars, and over 50 series to choose from. 6 online world championships offering over $400,000 in annual prizes. This is the original esport racing game. This is iRacing.
Welcome back, race fans, here to the Auto Club Speedway for Championship Night here for the Checkered Flag Auto Supply Scrambler Series presented by Red Light Racing. It took all season to get here to sunny California. Well, you see the sun ain't up. That's because the stars are out there in the sky and down here on the track with the light shining bright down upon them. They put on one heck of a battle here for Championship Night here, and it all came down to that final pit stop. 4 tires, 2 tires, fuel, not enough fuel. There is a little bit of strategy for everybody in here. And a past champion is the one that's going to pick up the win here tonight overall. But our championship winner picking up his first ever championship with the series. Let's not waste any more time. Let's head down trackside to talk to our drivers here tonight. And let's talk to the driver who will pick up the overall win here tonight. Max, it looked there for a little while like you were going to run away and hide with this one. And then the caution flag came out halfway. And then strategy played from there on out is what went down here tonight. You played the strategy perfect, though, as you were able to come back around all those championship drivers to take home another trophy.
Yeah, since I had nothing to win except the race, I could go my own way, and the caution flag came at about the right time to split in half for the last part of the race, and it was about offsetting the front guys to benefit from the fresh tires at the end, and it worked.
It worked. How nerve-wracking was it, though? Because you knew coming into this race, you know, being a veteran of the series, and you've been in these positions where you've been racing for championships. How nerve-wracking was it for you to race through all 4 of those championship drivers, knowing what was on the line for them?
Yeah, at the end it was close, but since I had much better tires, even if it took me more than 1 lap to get by them, I knew I could. And there were so many laps left that they could battle for the championship after I passed them, and it's exactly how it happened. I had my own race to race tonight. It started out the way I could have expected, nothing more. And at the end, a little bit of a curveball with that caution flag and those pit stops. But yeah, I did my thing, and they did theirs.
Well, great job, Max. You're notching another win tally under your belt here in the series as we roll the red carpet out for you for the final time this season. The microphone's yours, who made it all possible all season long to put you in victory lane.
Yep, once again, my girlfriend, my friend Max, and my dad. They're weekly viewers of the Turn 3 broadcasts that you guys put on the Monday nights. Josh, James, and Richard for running this Scrambler series on Monday night. Checkered Flag Auto Supply for their massive support all season long, and for many seasons it's been going on, so it's great to have them on board with Bob. And big congrats to Chris. He really took the momentum when it counted in this championship format, and first win ever last week, and then championship this week. That's a hell of a finish. And still congrats to James, Richard, and Jeffrey for a very, very strong finish this season, and only 1 caution tonight, so hey, that was a clean, fun race.
There you hear it from tonight's winner. Max Terriot will pick up the big win here after he tiptoed through the tulips to get through the championship 4 drivers to pass them up to pick up another win here tonight. So congratulations to Max. And how about it? Let's talk to the man who finishes 3rd here tonight. James, a 3rd place finish is going to net you a 2nd place finish into the championship. Not where you wanted to be at the end of this one, but this car looked like it had the speed to get up there and dance.
No, it's all good. I mean, congrats to Chris for, like Max said, winning his first race last week and getting it done this week. The strategy I went for was hoping this would be a caution-free race. I went, I think, 24, 25 laps on that first stint, but I let guys go by me because right off the rip, I was clutching and saving fuel from, I think, lap 2 all the way to lap 24. I was clutching in every turn. If it would have gone green all the way to the end, I think the strategy would have, it would have been I would have been the front runner. But when that caution came out, I was mirrored back in traffic, and we were also equal up front, and I really had to burn my tires up just to get up to Chris and them. And then by the time I put the 2 tires on, even though my tires were 1 lap fresher, my left sides I think were a little bit more toasted, and then dumb me did not put enough fuel in the car.
That's going to be the dagger that's probably going to haunt you through the off season, as you were right there, just couldn't quite go grab it here tonight. James, when you look back at the season, though, we talked about it during the race here. I mean, you had probably one of the best seasons that we've seen in a very long time. You've picked up 3 wins, 2 poles, 12 top 5s, 13 top 10s out of 15 races. Your average finish this season, 5.8. It is probably, I believe there's only one driver that has a lower average finish in a season, and that's Sean Butler. So that's really putting yourself way up high on the career list.
Yeah, I'm really not even that disappointed. Obviously I wanted to win it, but, I got beat fair and square. I didn't get punted or anything, and overall I thought I had a really, really good season. It was fun racing around all the guys this season, so it was a ton of fun. So I'm actually, I'll sleep good tonight. I'm not disappointed at all. Strategy just didn't work out, but overall it was a great season for everybody.
Well, we'll let you head out of here tonight. James, great racing. 3rd here tonight, 2nd overall in the championship. Who do you got to owe it all up to?
Yeah, I want to thank my teammates. I joined Full Throttle Racing this year, had a lot of fun with Ryan, Tim, and then Richard. We put a lot of practice in, but it was really funny. He put a practice session up today, and he wouldn't give me the password because I practiced earlier, and I wouldn't give any of the things that I learned from it. So it's a lot of fun racing with them. Thank you, Roger, for everything you do. I'll check out the broadcast tonight. All the drivers thought we had a really, really good season. I think a lot of our races were minimal on the cautions. Like Max said, with Bob, sponsoring it, Checkered Auto Supply, all the fans that support us, and we look forward to next season.
There you hear it. James Skelton finishes on the podium here tonight. He'll finish 3rd. It'll be 1 spot short, though, because your champion this season will finish 2nd. Chris Hammett, last week you picked up the big W for your first career win. Tonight you pick up your first ever championship. What a way to go out on top here in season 13.
Man, Roger, I gotta tell you, after last night, I was not very confident heading into tonight. Long run speed for me was an absolute struggle, and it wasn't. I wasn't feeling very good. Thankfully able to get the pole somehow tonight, and put ourselves in good track position. And then honestly, it was about falling in line behind Max and James and learning and seeing where they were so much better than me on a longer run. I didn't save as much fuel as James. Had the race gone green, I have no idea how that would have worked out, but got that caution right at the perfect time. Number 1 pit stall got us a couple spots on pit road. Man, I knew he was coming at the end. I was just hoping I could keep in front of him enough to burn his stuff up, and it worked, and we pulled this thing off.
You talk about keeping in front of him. How hard was it? Because the 42 of Max Terriot, he was coming through the field. He was the fastest car all night long. I mean, we've seen it. He was out front dominating. You were able to hang with him, but then at the end there, you got out front, and everybody was starting to chase you down. Did you know if they were going to get there? And if you did you know you would be able to hold them off?
I figured Max was coming because he did pit a couple laps later than us, and I ran it a little harder than I wanted to run down Souza there, who stopped early. well, after I got around Souza, I was just kind of pacing myself. I knew James only had one lap fresher tires, and he had a few more cars to pass than me. So I was hoping he had to work a little harder than what I did. And then when Max ran me down, it was just timing it right, where getting him by clean, and then dropping right in behind him, and not letting James get to my inside there. And the plan worked perfectly, able to slide back in line, and then just run it clean to the end and not make any mistakes.
That's exactly what you did here tonight. You ran it clean, no mistakes, and you will walk away with the championship here tonight. Chris, it's been a great season for the team. I know there's a lot of people back home behind the scenes that are in the real world helping you out, and I know there's people here on the sim side of things that are helping you out. We'll roll the red carpet out for you for the first time as a champion here with Red Light Racing. Who do you have to thank?
First and foremost, as always, my loving girlfriend Ashley, who just popped in on me because I was screaming in here to make sure I wasn't dying. So thank you, baby, for letting me come back here and hide in this room for a couple hours every week. I love you. Of course, Matt, Josh, Skelton, and Richard, they do an amazing job with this series. Again, it's the most fun I've had on the simulator. They do such a great job with it. Turn 3, and yourself, Roger, for broadcasting these races. You do a fantastic job. My main man, Bob Higgins, for sponsoring this thing. I love you, Bob. He's my boy. We're gonna get Bob in victory lane here one day. This is just awesome. I can't believe we pulled this thing off.
Well, hey, how about it, race fans? He's excited. He's out of breath. He's going to have to go. Well, he's probably not going to sleep tonight. He's probably going to have to go for a run to tire himself out here tonight. Chris Hammett walking away with the championship. When you look at his stats at the end of this season, 15 starts, 1 DNF through the whole entire season. Picks up 1 win, his only win in his career, and that was to send him here for a chance to win the championship. He picked up a pole. He only picked up 4 top 5s in the series this season, 9 top 10s, and he only led 37 laps this season. It just shows to you race fans, if you run up front, good things can happen. It's exactly what happened here to Chris Hammett as he'll pick up his first career championship. Congratulations to Chris, running with some of the best racers here on the sim side of things with Red Light Racing, and he wins your championship. Well, boy, race fans, it's been one heck of a season here for season number 13 with Checkered Flag Auto Supply Scrambler Series for Red Light Racing. I'm wore out from my past weekend. This race wore me out even more because they had the excitement all over the place. I have to thank Tim Blum for stepping in here tonight about the halfway point. Driver couldn't make the race, but he said, hey, I want to come out and help and contribute to the league somehow. So he said, hey, why not come out here and talk with me? So we thank Tim for his continued work with Red Light Racing. We have to thank Josh Buckley, Richard Murdoch, and James Skelton, all the admins back there with Red Light Racing. We also have to thank the whole Higgins group, Checkered Flag Auto Supply, for always being the title sponsor here with Red Light Racing. We got to thank Culpepper's Bakery and Cafe, and we also have to thank Simbox, all the sponsors that make everything happen here with Red Light Racing to bring all you race fans that tune in every week on the Turn 3 Racing Network all the racing action. So for Red Light Racing, I'm Roger Muth with all of us back here at the Turn 3 Racing Network. We thank you for watching here tonight at the Auto Club Speedway, and until we catch you next time, everybody stay safe, and we'll see you in Turn 3.